On second down, and now it's 3rd and 3. Pickett looking right, comes back the other way, and he's got his man Freiermuth for a first down. 3rd and 7. Pickett fires, and he's got another first down. It's right back to Freiermuth. 8.5 to go in the first. Pickett trying to keep it himself, and the Falcons are not fooled. Richie Grant makes the play. They have to get to the 13-yard line for a first down. Pickett over the middle, low throw and incomplete. The Steelers for Matthew Wright. This is a 46-yard attempt. Out of the hold of Presley Harvin. That kick is off the upright and in. Mariota has his confidence back. On first down to the air and throws it to the rookie Drake London, who is spun out by Cameron Sutton. And now it's 3rd down and 20. Mariota pressure coming, steps up, and he locates Demir Bird, and he's tackled well short of a first down. Watt has 2 interceptions, but Derek Watt now has 5 catches. And here's Sims, knocked hard out of bounds at the 40 by A.J. Terrell. Last week with the Commanders pulling it out late. 2nd and 6. Pickett, and he's got Deontay Johnson for a first down. On 2nd and 4, Harris has some room. First down, tripped up, trying to stay on his feet and out of bounds just shy of the 25.
Is this where all these peanuts came from, Gary Danielson?
Yeah, left the booth a little sloppy. Pickett looking for Freiermuth, incomplete. Pickett stands in there, incomplete, off the hands of Deontay Johnson.
Looking around, yes, you had a rub route combination.
So here's Wright, same distance as his first one, 46 yards away, and no kiss is necessary this time.
And this is the last pair of game-worn shoes that I have, trust me.
Mariota hands it off to Tyler Algier, breaking free across the 40 and still going. 2nd down and 7. Mariota, he's got a wide open Parker Hesse, and the tight end rumbles into Pittsburgh territory. Mariota, quick pass, London has it, and he spins his way forward for another first down. Zacchaeus goes in motion. Mariota, pressure coming. Mariota trying to escape. He cannot. Cameron Hayward with his 5th sack of the year. Would have been a 43-yard attempt. Now, after the sack, it's a 50-yard field goal for Younghoe Koo. And this one is good. 3rd down and 4. Pickett fires. He's got Freiermuth again on 3rd down, and he stays on his feet. Down the sideline, stiff arm at the 25, and finally brought down at the 12. Najee Harris, bottom of your screen. Pickett looking the other way, throwing end zone, wide open, caught! Touchdown, Connor Hayward! And boy, is that sweet. His first NFL touchdown, the son of the late Craig Ironhead Hayward, who played for the Atlanta Falcons.
That's when your coach Mike Sullivan comes and sits down next to you and goes, good job, Rook.
Let's see how the Falcons respond. Mariota looking deep on first down. He's got London down there. There is a flag down. Low snap. Mariota. Nowhere to go with it. Trying to get away. Keeps it alive. Now looking deep. Down the field is Hodge. Incomplete. Mariota, quick pass. Trying to get some yardage back. That's Anthony Ferkser with his 5th catch of the year. Kick on the way, leaking left, but he tucks it in, and Koo is now 2 for 2. George Pickens begins this series on the sideline. Pickett rolling right, throws on the run. Nice throw to Deontay Johnson. 2nd and 5, quick pass. Harris makes the catch, another stiff arm, and another. Pickens in motion, still looking for his first catch today. Pickett again in trouble. Rolling right. Chase throws on the run. Sims along the sideline. Did he make the play?
Yeah,
and now a flag is down.
Illegal touching of the pass by the offense, number 82.
Yeah. Right there, he's out of bounds.
Looking for the hat trick on the way, and it is good. Here comes the blitz. Mariota just throws it. London is down there. Incomplete. Play clock down to 3. Pickett to Johnson at the 40. Turns it upfield and picks up the first down. You saw Pickett took a shot from Isaiah Oliver. Here's Harris. Hits that hole hard into Atlanta territory and slammed down at the 41. High snap. Pickett takes it. Throws on the run and completes it to Benny Snell. 16-6. Pittsburgh in front. 2nd down and 13. Play action. Pickett going end zone. Johnson! And he still can't get his first touchdown. Great coverage by A.J. Terrell. And Wright is right on target. First down and 10. Mariota keeps it. He's got some room on that right side. Cuts it upfield with track athletes, which he said was very humbling, but he said he always felt his most explosive at Oregon as Patterson gets to the 40. And off to Patterson. And Patterson in midfield, lowering his shoulder and picks up a first down. But they got to give their defense a rest. They've been on the field a lot today, as you just saw. Patterson, room on the right side, cuts it upfield. And a good-looking drive here by the Falcons.
They're going straight back to the line of scrimmage.
Play action, a pass. Michael Pruitt spinning to the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. Second consecutive week with a touchdown for Michael Pruitt, and what a drive for Atlanta.
That's a great job using the play fake, and then Russet. Is he in? Elbow? Yeah, I think that leg is above the ground. That's a great job.
Pickett. Flag is down. Pickett throws, completes it. Ball comes out. Deontay Johnson lost it, and Rashaan Evans has it. Back in Atlanta where the call has been overturned. Your thoughts, Gene Steratore?
Well, we'll go through the processes, guys. We've got to have possession, and then we have 2 steps. We have 1-2, but then the football move element comes in, and when Deontay...
2nd down and 6. Play action. Mariota to London. He's got the first down and gets to the 41-yard line. Tackled by Levi Wallace. Patterson going to the bench to get a quick look at. Mariota keeps it himself, hit hard by Miles Jack. Steelers fans making some noise. Mariota pitches it to Algier. He's got the first down. Yeah, kind of in no man's land here. It would be a 56-yard field goal. Algier is wrapped up by Spillane, and he's going to be short. 4th down and 1. Algier running left. Blockers ahead, and he's got the first down. On 3rd and 1. Patterson behind him. Fake it to Patterson. Here's the pass. Mariota's got the first down. Anthony Ferkser. Patterson has room at the 5, walks it in, but there is a flag down. This is against the Falcons.
Holding offense number 46.
Right out there in the end, and you've got to know when to hold them and know when to fold. Once they start to go outside, you've got to fold and take those hands off. But Patterson's speed went out.
Mariota for London. He's got it at the 10-yard line. Cannot get away from Cameron Sutton.
We put Drake London on the inside where Pitts used to be.
Mariota to the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for London, who wants a penalty. And his kick is good.
And he's going to gamble on his defense because there's nobody deep. This guy's covering that tight end there because they're going to blitz off that corner right there.
They are throwing it. Pickett on the slant. He's got his man Johnson up ahead, and he's got the first down.
Backbreaker.
They don't run it with Harris. Pickett trying to turn the corner. Can he get there? No, but he wisely slides inbounds. Harvin trying to pin the Falcons deep. Williams is back there. He lets it go over his head. Bounces at the 1, and it's downed right there. The former Yellow Jacket, Presley Harvin, with a big one here for the Steelers. The Falcons trying to get in field goal range with no timeouts. Mariota throwing, intercepted! Fitzpatrick, and he'll just go out of bounds. And that is such a smart play by Minkah Fitzpatrick. We know what happened week 2. Jets, Browns, Nick Chubb scored. Fitzpatrick knew the situation exactly and went out of bounds. Final score here, Pittsburgh 19, Atlanta 16.